Hey guys, so we are going to do sorry. Hey guys, so we are going to do a get ready with me, and I'm going to be talking about how to find a place to stay in LA in 2022. So, I started looking like 9 months before my move in because I'm someone that likes to plan in advance. I like to just be prepared and stuff because I easily get stressed, and this is my first time moving out of state by myself and all that. I just started downloading all the apartment apps because I live in Seattle at the time. I couldn't go out and tour around LA because I have work. Number one, I don't got money like that to be flying back and forth going on tours. So I just downloaded the apps. But like apartment.com and other ones, I can't remember what they are on the top of my head. But I did that, and I would call some apartment complexes, and they just had to add to it me because they're like, well, why are you even calling me 9 months in advance? Like, is this a joke? Are you prank calling me? Like, they didn't say all that, but that was just like the energy that they were giving off to me. And I was confused because I'm like, huh? And they would tell me, girl, you need to don't worry about this until like a month before you're moving. And I was just really confused with that because like, don't you like, shouldn't I be prepared? Shouldn't I be like 2 steps ahead of what I need to do? Like, why are they telling me to call back later? And like, LA is such a busy place and so big that people are always renting places every day, every hour, that like, if you're not ready to put a deposit in now, they're not going to pay attention to you. So I was like, that makes sense, I guess. But in Seattle, it's common to, prepare yourself 3 months before you're moving. So I was just a little shook right there. Oh, also, just let you know, I have Invisaligns in, so if I talk a little weird, that's why. But that happened, and then I started to get a little bit nervous about my move, not thinking I was gonna move anymore. I was like, oh my gosh, like all these people that doubted me are gonna be right. Like, I couldn't do this. I'm gonna have to stay in Seattle like for another year, which I didn't want to do. Like, just thinking about that at that time made me want to cry. And then one of my friends, who told me, girl, go on Facebook. Facebook has multiple groups for people looking for roommates, subleasing, and just all that. So I was like, girl, what? And I was nervous that it wouldn't be legit, but she promised me that it would be legit. And my friends would not tell me anything that wasn't real. Like, I don't have friends like that. So I went on Facebook and I saw it, and I was like, oh. I was like, okay. I was like, this is real. But some of them, you have to be careful who posts on there. They be scamming some people in there. They be local scammers. So you gotta be careful with that. But literally, I believe 2 weeks before my move-in, 2 or 3 weeks before my move-in, someone was saying that they were looking for someone to rent their room out because they're leaving. And it was literally around the time that I wanted to move to LA, to the time I wanted to move out of that place to move into my own apartment. I don't know if there's some other stuff, but I just don't want to put it in here. But basically, the timeline of when they wanted someone to rent the room out was the time that I needed that. So, and also, I'm a dancer, and the girl is a dancer as well. And the roommates that I room with, they're dancers also. So I thought that was just like a sign. And I'm like, thank you, Jesus. Like, that's crazy. So yeah, I found me a place through Facebook. I feel like that's a really good one, y'all. Really, like, if you're trying to find something that's not crazy expensive, go on Facebook, truly, and go on these apartment groups, because I'm only paying $800 a month, okay? I'm only paying $800 a month for a really nice size room, and the apartment is amazing. and I really like my location that I'm in. So I don't know what else to tell y'all besides going on Facebook. Let me see if I could think of another one. I don't know about Roomster, if you guys are looking at that, because I've heard a few people say they got scammed off of that. So, and I've always gotten weird energy every time I'm on that website. So do what you want with that information. And then also, let's pause from that. The reason why I'm doing my makeup is because if you've been following my past 3 vlogs, I had a job interview yesterday, and literally after that interview, less than an hour, they called me asking me to come back in tomorrow for a second job interview. And I was like, that's crazy. So that's what we're getting ready. But yeah, that is how I found me an apartment. But here's also some tips when you're talking to someone and making sure it's legit and you're not getting scammed. If you don't live in the same state as them and you can't meet them in person, okay, FaceTime them. FaceTime. Be like, okay, can we FaceTime? I would really like to FaceTime you so I can get a tour of the place. And you want to make sure you get a live tour, not just something that was already recorded, because that could have been a recording from like 6 months ago. You want to know what the place looks like now, because what it looks like now, that's going to be the place you're going to be living in. Like, you want to make sure you live in a safe environment. So that's what I did. I FaceTimed the person that I was going to be renting the room out from, and it just makes you feel too less stressed about everything, I feel like, personally. And then another thing we did, when it came before moving, I said, okay, I want to make a contract of all the roommates signing, writing their signature down, so we can all agree why I'm here, basically. So it was like, Shia Brooks will be living in this apartment. This is the address. This is the landlord, and she will be rooming in with A, B, and C, and she is paying this much on month 1, this much on month 2, and etc., etc. And then also with deposit, I was like, okay, for my deposit, do I get that back if I keep everything intact? Like, I wanted to know, because usually for a deposit, you get that refundable if you don't, damage the place that you stay in, which I do get that back. So I made sure to add that in the contract. And I made sure everyone's name was signed, including mine, and make sure you have a copy of it as well, just in case anything happens and you can go back to that contract. Okay? That is something my mom told me to do, and I'm so happy she told me to do that, because I truly feel very secure where I live. And then another thing is too, when it comes to payments, my mom helped me with all this, okay? Without her, I would be living in God knows what, okay? But she also said, tell the person that you can only pay with Zelle or any other like payment that has what is it called? That just shows like your history of payments or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it is. We told the girl that I was renting the room from, I said, hey, can we pay with Zelle? I'm only comfortable with paying with Zelle. Also, when you talk to the person, try not to, like, when you want something, don't ask, like, state it. You're like, this is what we're going to do, kind of a thing, because if you put it as a question, it gives them the room to take charge of that. You know what I'm trying to say? I hope you know what I'm trying to say, because I can't explain it any more clearer than that. I apologize. But yeah, so we pay our payments through that. And what's another thing that we we did before I moved in. Oh, I just made sure I had all the roommates' names, first and last name, so I can find them on social media, just so I can see who I'm gonna be rooming with. You know, I don't want to go in blindly. I want to know who I'm gonna be living with, and yeah, I think that was basically it. What we did, if I'm correct. Yeah, that was it. So I hope that was helpful with finding a room, or yeah, just to help you move to LA, trying to find a place to stay. I feel like Facebook was a really good help, and I truly believe where I live and the people I live with, it's really nice. I'm very thankful, especially as my first place I moved into without my mom, because I never moved out of state by myself. Like, this is such a huge, big step for me, and I'm still shocked that I'm here. Me and my mom, we drove here 18 hours, and she stayed with me for the first 2-3 days, and I just dropped her off this morning at like 4 in the morning. Crazy. And I truly feel like I'm okay. Like, I'm going to be okay, you know? And she made sure, and my mom wouldn't have left if she didn't think I would be okay. She would have locked me up and kept me in Seattle. But she believes I'm in a safe area, that everything is going to work out in God's favor, you know? Period. But yeah. So now we're just doing my makeup, and I think we're just gonna be talking about some other stuff now. But let's actually talk about my job. I'm really excited for this second interview. I hope I get this job because I like the job with uniform, because I truly don't like to I have a hard time trying to figure out what to wear. I'm very indecisive when it comes to stuff like that. Like, when it comes to what I should wear, what I should eat, all that. Like, don't ask me. So knowing that the uniform would just be so much easier for me. And it's in Beverly Hills, so you know your girl loves some Beverly Hills, and I only live 10 minutes away from it, so it's just the perfect job for me, as for now, you know. I'm trying to find me like a permanent cafe to go to, so I can, be a regular somewhere. But oh, that's Shayo. She's coming to ask for her vanilla latte for the 12th time this week, you know? I need to put some chapstick on because your girl's lips were crusty as. You can finish that sentence yourself. But we don't cuss on this channel. This contouring palette, whatever you call it, it's so good. This is like the first powder contour that's ever shown on my face, and I get a little shook every time I put this on my face. And people are always like, oh my gosh, Shaya, how did you do your eyeliner? Like, foundation. And sometimes when I do my makeup, like my eyeliner really nice, I don't even ask questions, okay? I just try to stay as humble as possible and just let my hands still work its magic. Okay? That's all you do. You cannot get too excited when you do a nice eyeliner wing, or something's going to mess up. So you just have to stay humble and quiet until your whole makeup is done, and then you can freak out. Okay, and then we rub off the powder on my face. We're almost done, y'all. We're almost done. because I forgot to no, I didn't forget to upload. I did a makeup tutorial also yesterday, and I just did not like how the angle was and how it looked, and yeah, I just wasn't happy with it. So I was like, should I just wake up early tomorrow, which I did not, and just do another one because you're gonna have to put on makeup again, and just do it then, because geez Louise, I did not like that video. I was not pleased with it at all. This Makeup by Mario Brow Gel, it's so good. Like, if I'm not wearing makeup, this is the only thing I'll put on my face. It just feels so like, makes you look really put together. It makes it look like you get your eyebrows done on a daily. To contour my nose, which I can't believe I forgot. So I start like this and just drag it down, and then I bring this into the lid. Okay, that's on. Whoop, 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 whoop. Just gonna make sure there's not any sharp lines. You live and you learn. I think I'm just gonna put them on the top. No, actually, I want to put mascara on the bottom too. So we're actually going to. Okay. Okie dokie, artichokes. This white pencil, and just do this. Then you put it here. Then you rub it with your finger. And it blends really nicely. Okay, and so put it in the brow bone. Okay, and then my cupids. Just basically put it everywhere to TBH. And put on top of where I did the highlight, some on the chin, brow bone. Yeah. Just blend everything out. Okay. Okay, spray everything. And then let's just add some lip gloss. My lip liner is all the way over there. Actually, I can open my new one up. It's called Trendsetter by Morphe. I love this one. It's only like $6. I overline my top lip just a little, but not on my Cupid's bow. Not on my Cupid's bow, because I really like my Cupid's bow. I don't know why people like to cover their Cupid's bow up, but if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do, you know? Not hating, just questioning. Okay, that is it. This is the makeup look. Hope you guys like it. Now I gotta do my hair. This is just a hot mess, my hair. I think I'm just gonna do a ponytail and part in the middle and all that. But yeah, hope you guys like it, and I hope the tips that I gave you were helpful, and I'll see you tomorrow.